Call the Village of Johnsburg, October 16, 2018, regular meeting of the President and Board of Trustees to order at 7 p.m. On the roll, Trustee Hutchinson.
Aye.
Trustee Curry.
Aye.
Trustee Hagan.
Aye.
Trustee Flinstein. Stand for the pledge, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
From the floor, there is nobody, right? You're here for the hearing or the discussion? Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the omnibus agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Trustee Hagan. Second by Trustee Curry. Discussion on the motion. Anybody want to pull anything? With there being no discussion, Trustee Klumstein?
Aye.
Trustee Hagan?
Aye.
Trustee Curry?
Aye.
Trustee Hutchinson?
Aye.
Motion carried. President's report, status of the monopole tower. Claudette, you want to expand on that?
Well, I think
where
you
we're
just
at?
wanted to be clarified because we've had some questions. We did receive the signed contract back along with the due diligence fee, so that is in our possession. I don't have anything updated in terms of the construction schedule, but that did get locked up and done.
Okay. The following ordinance are first read, no action. Ordinance 18-19-14, amending section 16, table 1, conditional use chart of the Johnsburg zoning ordinance.
Do you want to leave it on that?
Yeah, do leave it on it and see if we have some discussion.
Sure. The petitioner is here before you tonight. The zoning board met last week, and they had to actually do this in a two-step process because the property is currently in unincorporated McHenry County up by Broadway. It is contiguous to the village's boundaries. The petitioner is requesting that they be allowed to have a service contractor's home office on the site. It's a 5-acre site that has a couple of outbuildings. And at the current time, there really isn't any provisions within our zoning text that provides for that as any type of conditional use. So first, they made the request for the zoning board to consider an amendment to our zoning ordinance to ask for that to be added as an item that can be requested as a conditional use in the E5, A1, and A2 zoning districts. And then, of course, they made the request for E5 zoning, upon annexing into the village, along with the conditional use. They are the contract purchasers of the property, so all of this would be contingent upon actually taking possession of the property, and at that time, then it would be annexed in and zoned appropriately. So I believe you had the minutes from the zoning hearing. The zoning board unanimously recommended it. One of the points that was included was with regards to fencing, asking that it be 30% open, and they were looking at it being more consistent with what we've approved up in the Heritage Commerce Center. And I believe the petitioner does want to address that with you tonight because he'd like to ask your consideration something a little bit different than what the zoning board recommended. So he is here tonight if you'd like to ask him any questions.
This isn't your brother-in-law or anything, right, Josh? Okay.
Really,
Same
it's
stuff.
strange, isn't it? No relation.
Do you want to elaborate on the fencing a little bit?
Well, this would be our residence too, so my objection to the 30% is 30% open. It's from an angle you can see through the fencing. So I came up with a solution that maybe you guys would be willing to entertain. On the west and north side of the properties, it sounds like those are the areas of concern because of future development. So maybe we could do the 30% open on the north and west sides, and then I could do, so you guys haven't seen this, but this is the property.
Is everybody familiar with where it is? I mean, it's
South
sold,
of the lot, yeah.
yeah, it's sold Novotny property,
Mhm.
the first house before. it's sold.
So what we want to do is fence around this building. Here,
Okay.
okay? Can everybody see that?
Yeah.
So, it sounds to me like you guys are concerned about the north side and the west side for future development, because that's the side that you wanted landscaping on.
That's great.
So, maybe on the east and south sides, I could do a different type of fencing. So I actually went over to Heritage, is the industrial park Heritage,
Heritage Commerce Center.
and took pictures of the existing fencing, the 30% open.
Board on board. Okay.
Okay.
Board, yeah.
And this is what you guys are looking for, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
So what I was wondering, if you would entertain on something like this, so I can hold you side by side. So we could do the 30% open on the west and north, and maybe we could do something like this.
That's solid in the back, is that what that is? It looks like it's
Yeah,
spread apart.
so these are tight together so that from the house, you wouldn't be able to see
Mhm.
through the fence.
Mhm.
But maybe on the north
Mhm.
and west sides, you guys could still, we could still do the 30% open for future development that you're trying to look for with the consistency.
I almost, am inclined, like, you're saying this is what you'd like to do from your house, because you
Yeah.
don't wanna look at it.
We don't wanna be sitting on the patio and
I get
you
it.
see the fencing on an angle, and just like this, you can see through.
Right, and if you do screening on the, like a landscape screening on the north and the west, I would think the other might be better from the standpoint of that would develop residential. Those people aren't gonna wanna look at it either.
The tighter, make it tighter
Make it
together.
tighter, you know?
Because you're gonna do the vehicles in there? Is
Yeah.
that, the storage of the vehicles gonna be?
Yeah.
See, that's where you wanna.
Anything business related would be inside a building or within the fenced area.
Gotcha, okay. Do you need for security reasons too? That's why you want it not to be board on?
Cover and security.
And security, okay. That makes sense.
I like the look of that fence.
What's that?
Yeah, I like the look.
I like the
Yeah,
look of
that's
the tighter
fine.
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I would think that if, you know, residential would still be a ways from it, a ways, because of lots or anything that would be around it, that they would rather have the tighter fence than the open fence. I mean, the open fence is okay in a residential area where you got, you know, you're
Yeah,
looking.
quarter acre lots or something like
Quarter-
that.
or, yeah, you're looking acre. I don't think it was meant, you know, to be that tight for something like this use. I think the tighter fence is better, you know, with a berm or, not a berm, but a landscape buffer around it, the neighbor.
Yeah.
Are you concerned at all about wind? Just-
I don't think so. We'll build it properly where I think wind will be okay.
It's always windy up that way.
It is, yep. There's
It
a lot,
is windy.
lot of fields for the wind to get going.
What do you think about that? Do you have the board? Yeah.
If the consensus of the board is that you'd actually prefer to see without it being 30% open but board on board, I can make that change to the ordinance for your consideration at the next meeting.
What would that do to, are we doing that all over the village then at some point?
Yeah, this isn't like a variance, right? This is an actual ordinance change, so that would apply across the board to everybody, if you make that change?
For E5?
Well, no, because this is a conditional use, so it's a condition of the approval for him.
So it's not then
It's not set
changing
up
it for
precedent.
everybody else?
No, no, in this particular situation, if you look at the ordinance, it's listed as a condition. So instead of the 30% open, we'll stay in there that it'll be board on board and not indicate, it'll be a board on board privacy fence, rather than 30% open. So that part would be stricken out as it relates to your
That
conditions.
makes sense.
Yes. And also too, do you want to do that all the way around instead if you could?
Ideally, it would be nice if it would match. I was just trying to find a solution that suited you guys and worked for me a little bit better. I was concerned about seeing through, but if you guys would be willing to consider the privacy fence all the way around, then that would be great.
I think it'd be,
Yeah,
I
for
think it'd
continuity,
be better.
I would say, for continuity, probably better too.
For
I don't
continuity,
see a disadvantage.
Anybody that butts up to it, they probably don't want to see it either.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I'd be in favor of continuity, you wanna do it all the way around.
Okay.
You want to verify that the next meeting date too, because everyone needs to know that.
Oh, yeah, the next, meeting dates,
The 8th, I believe.
is going to be November 8th, because of, Thursday, November 8th, because of the election day, so this will be set up for election. Is that gonna be a problem with anybody? November 8th is good?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so the next meeting will be, for approval, will be November 8th, just so you know what, because it is election day on the 6th, and this will be set up for a polling place. Okay. Okay, the next thing, well, we gotta do this one by one, I guess, but,
Well, that's related to the whole matter.
right. So, this is
Including
all
the
part of it.
annexation, it's all
yeah.
part of it, yeah.
So, I don't think we have to, we've discussed it. Is there any other questions for Mr. Hagan or concerns? And Josh will let you vote. Okay. Okay. That will be it for, that we'll vote on at the next meeting, okay?
Thank you.
No
Thank you,
problem.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think everybody's in consensus that they'd rather see the privacy fence and have continuity all the way around. That's okay with you?
That'd be great. Welcome to Johnsburg.
So just so I get clarification, I'm the listing agent on that property.
Mhm.
And obviously, everybody's in agreement for him to move forward for the approval on everything, the conditional use permit, the annexation.
Yes.
Is that, okay.
Yeah, officially it'll happen on the 8th, right? Well,
Until the 8th. and
The
then
8th,
we'll
the
see.
8th will be a
Right.
special.
No, we're not gonna
Yeah.
change. These guys
No.
are pretty much, don't change their mind too much, you know.
Okay.
We are missing a couple people, so there might be a few questions, but we'll keep them informed.
Right. That's what I need to
Okay.
know.
Yeah,
You know, I know how you real estate people are.
come on, come on.
That's why I pick on Greg all the time.
Don't pick on me, I'm a realtor too. Welcome to the village.
Yeah, welcome to Johnsburg.
Welcome to Johnsburg.
So,
Okay.
next thing, move to approve updated advertising transit shelter agreement. Everybody have it?
So,
Motion by trustee Curry, seconded by
I'll second.
trustee Hagan. Discussion on the motion. Go ahead, Claudia.
Yeah, I'd like to address, just a point of clarification, sent out to you in the packets last week. We're still trying to firm up whether or not the best location is at Lakeview on the northwest corner or the southwest corner. It appears like it may fit better on the northwest corner, so what I'd like everyone to understand is that as we finalize this agreement, we need, Pace is going to send somebody out from their safety team to take a look and just firm that up. Tim has been out there. There is adequate right-of-way on the northwest corner. The southwest corner is really too narrow in the right-of-way, so we think we're going to have to push it up there. I just want to make that clear, that we'll make sure that that exhibit is reflected appropriately in the agreement as soon as I get back to Pace.
So it'll face Johnsburg.
Johnsburg Road, right.
And there's a tree right there, right?
Yeah, it's coming down.
That's coming down.
It'll connect right onto the side, they like to connect right on the sidewalk, have a couple foot
Yeah.
or feet of space, and then the shelter, and then a foot or two of concrete behind it.
It could be the first one with a tree growing through it.
The family's okay with the location of this and stuff like
Yeah,
that? You put that in the packet,
Yeah,
so that's,
yeah.
Yeah, I spoke with Uncle Joe, and,
Okay.
he said that intersection will be fine.
Okay.
There's just no way we can put it at May. There's a hill that
Mhm.
pitches up on both sides of that intersection there, and it's just not going to work in that location.
Any committee reports?
we need a motion on that.
Oh,
Roll call, rather, sorry.
Okay, roll, on the roll. Trustee Hutchison?
Aye.
Trustee Curry?
Aye.
Trustee Hagan?
Aye.
Trustee Flanstein?
Aye.
Okay. Approved. Okay. Before adjournment, committee reports, Trustee Flanstein, do you have anything you want to elaborate on?
Yeah, we met on Monday, or the Monday before, and it was a good meeting. We looked at some of the fees again too, we wanted just to talk about the building fees. But also we looked at some of the income levels that were coming into, so the sales tax and everything, so we had a good meeting looking at that too, so. I'm not sure if other trustees want to see that, or if Josh probably gets some of that information as well from that side. But it's interesting to kind of see that we're also looking closely on certain retail stores too in the area to see how they're doing, in light of some of the news we heard about Sears today, so.
Trustee Hagan? Now that you're relatives or not?
We're waiting for the 23andMe test.
Yeah,
164th, right?
Thousands. Met with Kim again today about the economic development site, website, web pages rather, and we're making some progress there. Kim's made some updates, so take a look at that. Let me know if you have any critiques, but we're just trying to make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. And then I contacted Dan Johnson at the school district with regard to getting together and doing some marketing with dropping the development fees. So they're open for that. It was thrilled. So I got to arrange with him a date, but we'll get together soon and see what we can put together.
tie that in with the facilities and
Yeah.
the district and all the good things that are happening.
Yeah.
Trustee Curry?
I don't have much.
No?
We're getting ready for,
Holiday
the
magic?
parade, holiday magic, and details of that, and parade down Church Street, bring your golf carts.
ATV and golf carts.
Right? Put a plow on the front of your golf cart.
Yeah, it might be snowing.
Weather permitting.
Global warming, I don't know, you know.
If we get snow like we've been getting rain, it might be a problem.
Could be. So, no, that's about it. And, all you football fans, we're at Richmond Burton this week, so. But, yeah, that's it.
Mary Lou?
I have nothing.
Okay. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn, and maybe the second shortest meeting of the year. Keith, do you have anything?
Hang on.
Tim? No, sir. No. Fence on the sledding hill they can put up, but they will, as soon as they are able to walk on it.
Permitting and ruin what's been done.
It was pretty mushy.
What's mushy?
The hill,
Well,
the sledding hill,
grass is coming in nice, though.
looks very nice. Okay, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by trustee Curry, second by trustee Flanstein. On the roll, trustee Hutchison,
Aye.
trustee Curry.
Aye.
Trustee Hagan.
Aye.
Trustee Flanstein.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thanks.